even after you qualify yourself, and for you to claim that you are a living member, you got to continue paying the subscription. Otherwise, they will remove your name from the register class.
Not small amount.
Yes.
One exam maybe 2000 riyal every year you have to pay for one qualification if you have. Two, it multiply. Three, more.
You can imagine my cost of membership. Hope all of you know how many qualifications I carry. It's not an easy game.
This is the reason I didn't do ACCA. They offered me to do last two subjects.
Yes.
I said no, thank you. Because I am already paying CIMA 2000 riyal. I don't want to pay ACCA also. So CPA another 2500 riyal. AB another something 500 riyal, something like that. So you can't.
It's a matter of a give and take. So
you carry membership benefits also.
Yes.
Stuff like that, because if you want migrate, they will carry weight.
I applied Australian migration. I didn't face any problem. Within 3 months, they gave me approval. I used ACCA only. Actually, ACCA and CIMA. I used both.
CPA, CPA Australia, especially have weightage because they are the one who are evaluating the migration.
Correct.
CPA Australia.
I have. That's how I have CPA Australia also. So anyway, it is just a light what do you call eye opener for you all to look and think for getting one professional qualification. No point of I can share one story. There is a gentleman called Muhajirin, a Sri Lankan person. He is one of the leading prize winner for chartered exams in Sri Lanka and a very good lecturer back in Sri Lanka. He came to Qatar and he joined with Ernst & Young. And then his personal professional career, he then went to Uridu and then came to Karama and then now he is living in Australia. The story what I want to say, in his age, there are his friends like 10 people in Qatar who are partly qualified. Like chartered two subjects, CIMA, 3 exams, like this. What he did, he gathered all of them. He said, for God's sake, complete your paper qualification, and he organized CMA US training, and I only taught them. Out of 10, 7 completed CMA, including him. He said, I will also do the exam. Sit with me and we'll study together. He don't need that because he already have ACCA, CA Sri Lanka, university graduate and so on. And he is in that position. But what his intention was to get these people. The problem is, brothers, you have part qualification and you are unable to market yourself. You may have good working experience, you have good knowledge, you go to senior management and tell that, look, you increase my salary? Nothing to do. But then if you have the qualification, you have an additional power to talk. If you are not going to give me, I got opportunity outside. So think that is one important message for you. So, power is obtained through enforceable legal rights. Now that's another important aspect. Now, example, if I bring an example, DHL courier company, also FedEx is another courier company, but many companies are willing to deal with DHL, although expensive. Because their service, they portray their service is good. Now the mobile phone, this iPhone, no matter you copy or whatever new comes, people, that uniqueness is there still there. So this, that comes with that legal, yes? Economic benefit derived from market and technical knowledge protected by legal rights like copy rights. Future economic benefit even from sale of software, cost savings, other benefits from the use of the, as an example, an intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Intellectual property, what is that? This is a property, satisfies all the conditions of the non-current asset, but again, no physical presence. But it comes from human resource. Some key member of a staff, if that guy tenders resignation, entire team will follow with him. And he has the power to demand and justify that whatever the demand he asks, the employer should give. Because to that extent, that intellectual property is there, that qualification, knowledge, experience, professional judgment, and so on. For the purpose of recognition and measurement, an entity should meet the definition criteria, of course. Meet the recognition criteria, of course. 3 additional conditions are to be met for recognition of intangible assets, definition of intangible assets, future economic benefits, and cost measure reliability. So, these you should be able to measure and ensure. If an intangible asset is acquired in exchange of a non-monetary asset, it is measured at fair value. Meaning, I am planning to exchange my intangible asset with someone else for a non-monetary asset. How I measure the cost? Based on the fair value of the asset that we are exchanging. It should be noted that the transaction should have commercial substance, as I told you. Fair value of asset given up or acquired is reliably measured. You should be able to measure it. If there is any vague condition, then you cannot do that. If the expenditure fails the definition and or the recognition criteria, then it is treated as expenditure and not as intangible asset. In case it is acquired in a business combination and cannot be recognized as intangible asset, then it is recognized as part of goodwill. That's what I told you. We will discuss goodwill in a separate standard, IFRS 3. Write back of expenditure and treating as intangible is prohibited. Subsequent expenditure, it can be done either by cost model, how much really you incur, or revaluation model like IAS 16, or cost model carried at costless accumulated amortization and accumulated impairment losses. Impairment charge writing back is allowed only in when you satisfy the revaluation criteria under IAS 16. Otherwise, you cannot reverse it. Revaluation model carried at revaluation, revalued amount, fair value less, subsequent accumulated amortization, and subsequent accumulated impairment. That is a net book value that you have to work it out, and initial recognition is always at cost. All intangible assets have to be categorized into assets having indefinite or finite useful life. That's what I told you. If it has finite useful life, it has to be amortized over its useful life. Intangible assets having indefinite useful life shall not be amortized but tested for impairment. Research phase. No intangible asset is recognized from an expenditure incurred in the research phase. That's what we discussed finally. In this phase, an entity cannot demonstrate that an intangible asset exists that will generate probable future economic benefits. Research expenditure is recognized in profit and loss account when incurred. Examples of research activities aimed at obtaining new knowledge, the search for, evaluation and final selection of applications of research findings or other knowledge. The search for alternatives for materials, devices, products, process, systems or services. And research for formulation, design, evaluation and final selection of possible alternatives for a new or improved materials, devices, products, process, systems and services. Although so many sentences, do not complicate yourself, just think that research expenditure written out to be enough.
Simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that. Don't worry about all these phrases coming from the standard. Development phase. An intangible asset arising from development or from the development phase of an internal project shall be recognized. One more thing. Internally developed development cost cannot be capitalized unless it is satisfied that 5 conditions. Furthermore, in a business combination, when we talk about consolidation, that also we will consider capitalizing provided that is meeting the acquisition criteria. So that difference you need to note. The technical feasibility of completing the intangible asset so that it will be available for sale or use. Its intention to complete the intangible asset and use or sell it. It is ability to use or sell the intangibles, market feasibility. Its intangible asset will generate probable economic future benefits. Availability of adequate technical, financial and other resources to complete the development and to use or sell the intangible asset. Its ability to measure reliably the expenditure attributable to the intangible asset during its development. Examples of development activity: the design, construction and testing of pre-production or pre-use prototypes and models. The design of tools, jigs, molds and dies involving new technology. I hope all of you know the meaning of these words. Hope you all know jigsaw. What is jigs? Jigsaw is a watch, okay. Jigsaw.
Tell.
What is jigs?
Like if you like connecting.
Yes, in vehicle.
Jigsaw puzzle you have. Like
Yes, jigsaw puzzle is one good example. In vehicle you have this, that you know, two wheel